Food and Beverage Magazine Live, bringing food and beverage to life. With your hosts, James Beard Award winner Jennifer English and Food and Beverage Magazine publisher Michael Politz. Featuring leaders in the hospitality, branded food and beverage, and CPG industries, many of whom are Jennifer and Michael's friends in the business. For an informal and informative conversation where friends in the business share the latest intel, ideas, and best practices. Live, juicy inside scoop from the tastemakers, newsmakers, bread bakers, drink shakers, spoon lickers, clam diggers, farms, foodies, and friends of the food and beverage magazine world. Here are your hosts, Jennifer English and Michael Politz.
Jennifer English makes me wait all day.
I was sitting backstage.
Oh, I didn't see you backstage. You kind of have like a sheen on top of you. Is it?
I know. What is that?
I don't know, but you look like what's the girl's name from Moonlighting when they put the Vaseline and Bruce Willis was thinking about her.
Cheryl.
Not Cheryl.
Shepard.
Sybil Shepherd.
Sybil Shepherd.
I don't like to say Sybil too much. If I want to trigger you into one of your other personalities. That was a joke from the 70s.
Boom, boom, boom.
You know, I realized that. Do you see this? I don't care. Do you see this?
Yeah. It's a letter opener.
It's a kids today wouldn't know what this is. Oh, that's nice. Thank you. It's a do that again. That was really classy. It's a letter opener. I've been using this for 25 years.
The same one.
The same one. Isn't that weird? It's never been used. I don't get any mail. That's why.
We're creatures of habit.
I mean, it's got a little razor blade in there, and I like take out and I go whoosh, and I open my letters. Is this crazy? And I just then I put it back in my drawer. And every time I move a desk or an office, I always have that in my drawer for some reason. Different desk, same utensils. What is that?
Let me ask you, when was the last time you got a paper cut?
Oh my God. Well, I did get one on my rear end the other day.
Not from opening a letter.
Long story. But to make a long story short, what's today? What else did I have to tell you? I had something else to tell you today, but then
I know, I missed you.
Well, I got annoyed by you, so I forgot what I was going to tell you. But more importantly.
Why are you annoyed by me? What have I done now?
We don't need to talk about that. But tonight, let's talk about tonight, because tonight is a pretty big deal.
Tonight's a big night. It's a big day for us here in the Food and Beverage Magazine family.
Look what I got going tonight at the Western Food Expo. Keynote speaker, me, Michael Politz, with a couple of our buddies, Dan Simons and David Burke, talking about the industry. At 5:30 tonight. What do you think? Should I put the link up or no? It's kind of useless because if I look at the show tomorrow.
I think we should put the link up because it's very easy. It's free. And if you want to get involved in a conference that's going to tell you everything that's happening in the hospitality industry, it's pretty up to the minute.
But the weird part is if they don't go now, today, they won't be able to see it. Although let's put a link up. Let's put it up in the comments.
I put it up. Michael,
you're right. There it is. You're right. Let me see. There we go. Oh, it's just popping. It's all over. Look, I put it up. It's in the comments. It's on YouTube. It's on Facebook. So if you want to register, it's free. Check it out. I won't be antically overly crazy tonight because it's very professional. I don't want to be professional, but why not, right? But more importantly, there's really nothing more important. We can be done right now. We can go. I've got some wacko named Tom Kaz. Look at this guy. This guy has ideas coming out of it. Don't even talk to him. Constantly full of ideas, hawking me, blowing me up on my phone.
I love that. Why are we talking to him? Why doesn't he guest on the show? I need to have creative people coming on the show.
He's a non-follow througher. You know what it is? These guys. I noticed this about people. It's like a dog. It's like, come here, Buffy, and then you go ball, and then they shoot for the ball. You know what I'm saying? We need to focus.
I don't know. You got to understand, this is a different time. I've been on the phone all day today with our friends.
You haven't been on with one of my friends today.
No, with several of our friends today. One of them is Bill Elliott from Wang Foods.
Mm-hmm.
A week from Wednesday, he's coming on, and we are going to be cooking amazing Korean barbecue together.
That makes me want to do this. It almost looks like you dancing in a Korean outfit, doesn't it? Let me tell you, I actually made his Korean barbecue the other night for the in-laws.
Right? How good?
It was, let me tell you what I did. I had a big, giant white platter plate, right? And I filled it with rice around the edges and a little bit on the bottom. And then I made his Korean barbecue, and then I put it in the middle so it looked like a presentation, and then I sprinkled it with like sesame seeds, so it looked like a little Asian presentation. And they were like, "Wow, my God, you were the greatest chef ever made." Da, da, da. And they didn't realize it came out of the packet. But I told them I marinated it for days, I tell you. And they,
Michael, that's such an important point. When you are preparing anything in your home and serving it to guests, do you tell them if they see a box on the counter that says Sara Lee and ask, "Oh, this cake is so delicious, did you make it?" Even if there's a Sara Lee cake box on the counter, do you say, "Of course I made it"?
No, then you'd be a liar. So are you telling everybody you're a liar? Here's what we say. Here's what we say. We start with a base. Sometimes we like to start with a little base. Then we work from there. You see what I'm saying? You add to your base. And if Sara Lee makes a good base, there's your base.
So my great-grandmother was the night room service manager at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel in Boston. And she taught me a very valuable lesson that if somebody's in your house and whatever it is that you've given them, wherever it comes from, if they said, "Did you make this?" Yes is always the answer, because that's the relationship answer.
Well, today, by the way, this fits in well for you because I know this is you, the classy drinker. We have a really
how little I actually drink? It's so funny.
We have a fun. Well, I've been reading the court papers. It seems to be a lot. We have,
no, that's not fair because people don't know this because I don't ever talk about my personal stuff.
We don't need to. But more importantly, we've got a great show today. We have, I don't even know how to say this, Michele Tell. Are you familiar with Michelle's work?
Well,
woman-owned business. I mean, she's been a businesswoman from right out of school. She was the youngest vice president at MGM Properties in Las Vegas, right? In public relations and marketing. She built one of the largest public relations firms while everybody was coming after her with arrows for all of her clients. She stuck to her guns. Now, she would outprice people and she would lose accounts, but she wouldn't care because she knew what she had. I have my Celsius right here in this. So she knew. Are we talking about Michele or about your Celsius right now?
No, I'm just showing you because I'm pouring some more in my cocktail glass.
So I want to be nice about this because Michele has a competition called the Proof Awards, and you and I know about that. Food and Beverage magazine, which I need to tell you that I do own. I want to be completely, what's the word?
Transparent,
that I own Food and Beverage magazine. I don't know if you knew that, but I put proof. This is the Proof Awards last year, right? There's this beautiful cover. Right. And this was the winners of the Proof Award from last year. And now today is the 100-day mark to enter for the Proof Awards coming up for next year. So I said to Michele, you can't be shy. Right. Stop being shy. Stop hiding behind your computer. Let's get you out in front. Let's get you talking to the expert. And we have an expert. Her name is Jennifer English. When she does pop up and she does show up for work, she's very bright. Yes. Oh, I said it. Regardless of what my producer friends have to say, I like you. Okay. We're talking about live PD. We're talking about the profit. But Jennifer, I want you to know that we had a conversation and it's okay now. You don't have to worry about that. You're not a dud. No more dud. Okay.
Hey, listen. Yeah. I have to bring up a couple of things. And I want to tell you, I'm actually very proud of you. This book is amazing. It sold its first print run out. They're printing more. Your book.
Why are we talking about my book? This is
because
amazing.
Your book is on stage tonight at the Western Food Expo. And what you're doing right now with, the restaurant world, like so many things, is just so up in the air. But in the book, it's got all these tactics of thinking and strategy that will allow you to be successful at whatever you do.
Yes.
And so we were talking today with some of our friends. I was telling you about this. A week from Wednesday, Bill Elliott is coming from Wang Foods. We're going to do Korean barbecue together.
Let's give away a book. Send us an email. We'll give you a book. I'll pick a winner.
Yeah, no, I think that's great. We should. But I'm going to also talk about our friend Carol Chin was on the phone today. We're talking to all our friends in the business because, believe it or not, for all the kids that are in the industry, if your restaurant has closed, there is opportunity coming. Just think of it this way. If something closed and you lost your gig, that's just making room in your life for the next wonderful thing.
Can I give you some information?
What it's going to be.
I'm going to give you some information that I haven't told anybody, but right now.
Yep.
You know, I love to dabble in the restaurant arts programs, which means I like to be a full and open restaurants, right? That's what that means. I dabble in the restaurant arts.
Yes.
So I've had this great idea, this beautiful pizza, and we'll learn more about it. Actually, you know what we'll do, Jennifer? We'll go through the steps as I do this. So we're going to open up a pizza restaurant, right?
We're opening a pizza restaurant?
And we're going to open it up, and I've already created the logo. I've already started it, but maybe we'll start and do a whole program of this, right? We'll go step by step. So I've created the logo. It's a beautiful, fun. I mean, I can show it to you if you want.
Show it to us.
Do people want to care? Do they really care? Let me see if I can find it. I'll download it. Very cool concept, right? So I came up with this pizza recipe and a concept. Then it was time now to look for, I'm looking at the same time I'm talking, so it's going to be awkward. I'm looking for a space. So I'm looking at spaces. I'm going to look at spaces of all these restaurants that are nowhere to be found and blah, blah, all that kind of great stuff, right? They're closed. It's a sad situation, right?
And you can call our friend Neil Sherman because he's got the best restaurant.
We'll talk about that later. When Neil starts paying for stuff, we can talk about how great he is.
Neil doesn't have to. He's our friend.
But in the end, yes, he does. But in the end, these restaurants are fully equipped. So I find myself thinking to myself, I have a 1940s pizza recipe. Boom. What do you think of that, huh? What do you think of that logo? This is the first premiere of the Diplomat, right? Delicious. I can't wait to make the pizza for you. So I'm out, I'm looking, I come up with this fantastic logo, and I'm like looking for spaces, and I'm like, I don't want to pay electric anymore. I don't want to pay. I have $4,000 that I'm going to put into this. I am $4,000. I said, okay. I came up with a number, and that number was $4,000 that I'm going to open a restaurant with. I got a partner chef, my friend Chef Josh Green, who you know very well. Yeah. And we've come up with this great concept. And I said, Josh, I'm only going to do $4,000 because $1,000 is going to go to the health department, $1,000 is going to go for the food, $1,000 is going to go for the labor, and $1,000 is going to go for the marketing.
Smart. Start small and grow it.
He looked at me like I was crazy. And I said, if it can't happen, it can't happen. This is what I want to do. And I'm going to open a pizza shop. So 2 days ago, I started looking for space. I get a call from a place, and they're like, hey, you can have our kitchen for free. You can have our kitchen for free. So there's no rent. Come on. There's no rent. Guess what else? They're already licensed to the health department. There's no health department fees. Guess what else? We're going to serve the food to their customers. It's a bar. We're going to serve and they're going to pay us to do that, which covers all this other cost. So this book that we're talking about, right? I'm putting it into action, and it's doable. Right? And this is not a hot dog stand. I'm doing pizza, maybe some hot dogs and some hamburgers. But you see what I'm saying?
Gotta do hot dogs.
Stop at the hot dogs. So that's what's happening. But we're going to go through the process. This is the beginning of the process right now. I haven't made any decisions or commitments yet, right?
Tell me what's the secret to a Diplomat pie.
Oh, I can't tell you the secret. That would be ridiculous, wouldn't it?
Tell me what a Diplomat pie is.
I'm going to tell you what a Diplomat pie is in our next show. Right now, we've got a guest waiting who I think that I've paid a lot of money to sponsor her award show, right? And her programming. And I think the best way to start off is to run the commercial for the Proof Awards and then bring on Michele, because it might, if she did her job creating this commercial properly, it will explain to the viewers exactly what we're doing. What do you think? Do it?
Absolutely.
Say do it like my 3-year-old. Should I do it?
Do it.
Need a push getting your spirits, wine, or beverage brand into the hands of consumers? Interested in winning medals like a double gold award? Proof Awards 2020, the ultimate beverage competition, can help jumpstart your brand into the hands of beverage buyers. Enter the Proof Awards. Be a part of the Proof Awards marketing campaign with our partner, Food and Beverage Magazine. All of our judges are buyers, and that's what sets our awards program apart from the others. Our judges head the beverage programs for restaurants, bars, nightclubs, casinos, liquor stores, big box retail, and national wine and spirits distributors. Your brand will be tasted by buyers from more than 15 states across the U.S. We have hundreds of categories to choose from at www.proofawards.com. Be seen by 12 million readers with our partner, Food and Beverage Magazine. Get tasted and rated by buyers. The 2020 Proof Awards competition is open for spirits, wine, and beverage brands today. Proof Awards 2020, moving brands into the marketplace. www.proofawards.com.
Boom, and there she is, Michele Tell from the Proof Awards.
Hey.
I mean, what'd you think of that, Michele? Did you like the entrance that we gave you?
I think the entrance was fantastic. It's hard shoes to fill.
Well, it's so I'm going to let you, Michelle. I wish that you had some ear pods on or a headphone because we're hearing a little bit of a kickback. But I'll work the board and I'll try to arrange it so you sound like the expert that you are. Because we don't want to make that. We don't want to. Right. You know what I'm saying, Jen?
I'm right with you, babe.
I mean, I'm on 1080p right now on my camera. Like you see this beauty of skin that I get. So, Michelle, let's talk about the Proof Awards a little bit. Can I present it a little bit, or do you want to go right into it?
Please do.
I mean, I just want to say, look at this. I love this. This is a beautiful cover, right? The piece de resistance, Jennifer and everybody, is this right here. Now, will you tell us what that is, Michelle? Tell us what that is.
That is our coveted 100-point perfect score Century Award. And we're here today because today marks 100 days until Proof Awards 2020 on December 1st and 2nd at Green Valley Ranch.
That is fantastic. And then there's been a lot. So last year, what's this? Terry Hart, I love the commercial. How do I enter? Well, that's weird that Terry would say that because Terry actually is a salesperson for the Proof Awards, isn't he? So he was sort of setting that up, Michelle, for us to say how to enter. Did you see what he was doing?
You can enter by visiting www.proofawards.com or find Terry Hart.
But isn't it weird that Terry did that? Then when they go to proofawards.com, they're going to see Terry's name and be like, wow, this guy was a plant.
Well,
we need to be a little more transparent, right? I mean, it's 2020 now. No one has anything else to do. Oh, I can't hear you, Jen. Jen, are you talking? Jen, you're on mute. You're muted. There you go.
Transparent. That's the whole point. These are some of the most reliable. It's the most reliable measure because it's completely transparent.
So why don't you and Michelle talk, Jennifer, and I'll pop out and try to pull some graphics up while you guys chat.
Are you going to go hang with Terry?
Yeah, I'm going to hang with Terry.
That's okay. I'll hang with you, Jennifer.
Michelle, how are you?
Wonderful. How are you?
Listen, congratulations. First of all, I can't believe it's been a year.
It's been an unbelievable year for the world and for all of us in our industry, but we are moving forward and so excited that Proof Awards is continuing this year.
Let's do a very brisk tour through the history of the Proof Awards and why they're different than any other award that you'll see on packaging when you go to the liquor store.
Well, thank you for that. The Proof Awards is going on its third year. We created the Proof Awards based upon a different foundation. All of our judges are buyers. The Proof Awards is an international and domestic spirits, wine, and beverage competition. We are crossing the board for the beverage industry for the Proof Awards. And there are many, many awards out there, but we are different. First of all, my title's media sponsor is Food and Beverage Magazine, and he may not talk about it much, but he has 12 million readers. We want to reach domestically, we want to reach across the United States, and we want to reach across the world. But the Proof Awards are what sets us apart. Yes, you can enter an award and get a medal. We're really excited for our bronze, our silver, our gold, our double gold, and our coveted Century Award, which is our 100-point perfect score. But what sets us apart is the fact that all of our judges are buyers, right? National buyers. And right out of the gate, when you enter the Proof Awards, you are being tasted by those who can purchase cases, purchase pallets, and move your product. We care about the little guy. It's time for emerging brands that may not have a chance in other markets to be known, get recognized, and get on the shelves and into the hands of the consumers.
Why is this so important for a fledgling distiller?
Just because it gives you an opportunity. You're knocking on doors for distributors, they're not returning your calls. You're knocking on doors to buyers, they're not returning your calls. If you enter the Proof Awards, you have between 30 and 40 national buyers tasting you right out of the gate. Right. On top of it, we have an entire marketing program that goes with your entrance fee. We create graphics that tell the world you've entered. We push you out on social media across the boards. When you win one of our awards, hopefully you will, you get a graphic that also says that you've won. Plus, you're distributed in a special section for the Proof Awards at Food and Beverage Magazines, which is slated for February of 2021. It's
Michelle, is it enough to make good juice? Or do you have to have a really slick package and design and branding and logo and the whole 9 yards? What stage of launch are these companies in when they come to the Proof Awards?
Well, they're in various different stages. Some of them are brand new, and some of the people who have entered the Proof Awards are nationally recognized brands, like Jägermeister entered the Proof Awards. Awards. It's very exciting.
And Hardy.
And Hardy, legend. And I can go on about the amazing. I mean, Hardy won 100 points. Hardy was a Century Award winner last year.
Was that the first Century Award winner?
We had 5 Century Award winners in the 2019 Proof Awards. Hardy Legend was one of them. And now, because of that help, they found their way onto the Delta Sky Club's premier bars. Delta Sky Clubs is one of our travel sponsors, our travel sponsor for the Proof Awards. But it's just an amazing, but we had 500-point Century winners last year. We hope to have more. What makes this competition special is it's not brand against brand. It's brand against itself. We have a proprietary 100-point rating system for tasting and a 100-point rating system for what you were talking about, logo, design, marketing, and packaging. We have 2 separate competitions that happen simultaneously. One for the juice tasting and one for the design and the creative aspect to lure people to buy you off the shelves. So we have 2 competitions that happen simultaneously, Proof Awards tasting and Proof Awards design distinction.
What do the entries tell us about the landscape of the distilled spirits and liquor business right now? 2
years in a row, whiskey is my #1 entrant. Whiskeys across the board are #1. Tequila and vodka are close second. But what we have seen an explosion of this year is ready-to-drink mixed cocktails.
Right.
Also mixed wines and different wines in cans and wines in boxes. The ready-to-drink experience is entering every day. I'm getting entrants from that world. But we're also getting some amazing entries from New World whiskeys. We got New World whiskeys from Japan and Taiwan, and Mexico have entered their whiskeys. We're also getting a bunch of infused rums, agave, mezcal, and we have an entire list of Asian spirits that are also seeing a lot of traction. Just today, I had 2 entrants from moonshine and liqueur. Wow. And we extended this year to wine. We have over 60 different varietals of wine and sparkling wines that are also available, ciders and CBD infused drinks. We really, our goal in the next 10, 15 years is to be the eminent premier beverage competition across the board.
Wait. You're adding, we're talking about adding wines and sparkling wines and CBD beverages this year?
It's already on this year, and we're getting a lot of traction and a lot of calls.
Wow.
People entering. It's been very, very exciting.
What does that say about where we are and what we want as consumers?
Everybody wants something new, different, and irreverent. They want the best of the best, but they want to try new spirits and new wines. They are excited about the new products that are out there, which is why we help create this competition to get the word out on that. Consumers want quality.
When we are talking about the world of wine, there have been 100-point wine scales for a long time. So we get the idea about points representing quality. How is it that in the wine and sparkling wine and then now CBD category, which is a completely new category, how helpful it is to have some framework like a 100-point scale to be able to communicate quality about products to consumers and to one another?
We had a team of experts help us create our 100-point system, which allowed us to do the coveted Century Award, which is very exciting. But we had a team of experts that really dove deep into nose, smell, taste, feel. So we're so excited. When you win a Proof Award, whether it's a bronze, a silver, or gold, a double gold, or the Century Award, a lot of thought, a lot of expert, and a lot of expertise from buyers selected you to win that.
Michele, I've been involved in the food business for over 25 years. And when I go to the fancy food show in New York in the summer or in San Francisco in the winter, every year there are some trends. They're almost like fashion in that you will see a certain flavor or certain flavors repeating in different categories throughout the industry. Some years it's all about like honey or lime, or it's a very specific, it's a blueberry kind of year, or it's an oat-based kind of year, or a nutritional yeast flavors kind of year. What are the flavors that you're seeing that will help to define this 2020 year in terms of the fashion of flavor of this experience? What's emerging?
I have a lot of different coffee to coffee liquors and coffee infused spirits. I have a lot of coffee infused spirits entering the Proof Awards, but we also, over the last few years, the cinnamon whiskeys really took off, but now we're getting different entrants with spearmint and wintergreen and different types of mint infused spirits are coming in through our doors. We are still getting a lot of apple infused different drinks and blackberry infused different drinks. And I have one tuna infused vodka that has entered the spirit.
Is it delicious?
You know what? I have not tasted it yet. I'm going to allow my buyers and my aficionados to taste that and rate that. But just some different, interesting. Everybody wants new, different, and irreverent. They want to shake it up and they want to change. And we see that coming through our doors.
One of the things that really strikes me is this category of CBD. I'm working on a brand new show, a cooking show about cooking with that. With a chef friend of mine. I'm just standing, watching and learning. And I've got a chef who's a cancer survivor who's going to teach everybody how to cook to ease their pain. What's happening on the beverage front? And CBD is not alcohol, but it's in the same kind of category. Are they treating CBD beverages like alcohols and have to buy them in liquor stores, or do you buy them in dispensaries? Tell me more about this category. It's pretty interesting.
For the category for the Proof Awards as a whole, we see a lot of CBD infused waters coming through our doors more than the spirits. Don't forget, we are an overall beverage competition. Not everything is spirited. There's non-alcoholic mixers, a lot of mixers that are on board for the Proof Awards. But what I see from the Proof Awards experience are CBD, hemp-based, and CBD-based waters that are coming through our doors right now. Water seems to be still one of the most popular categories with electrolytes and different health benefits. So I love seeing infused health benefited beverages coming through our doors.
What's the difference between a sparkling spirited seltzer and a beer branded spirited seltzer? Is there any, does the category of spirited seltzers go everywhere from low alcohol by volume beer all the way up to high alcohol proof?
And it's not just the malts that are infused in seltzers. You're finding seltzers infused with vodka and rum and gin and different things of that nature. So the one category we do not have yet for Proof Awards is beer. But we are going to introduce that over the next couple of years. But there's different ways of infusing seltzers with different levels of spirits. It's quite exciting.
For people, does the CBD drinks, are they legal all over the country?
That I can't answer you that. I live here.
You know?
I don't know.
We'll look into that. Let's go back to 2019. What were some of the big award winners in 2019 besides Hardy?
Well, over here, if you can see over here, Anna's Kitchen Shrub mixers. 2 of them won the Century Award, 100-point mixers. Amazing shrubs that are for high-end cocktails and highly infused cocktails. Both of these are also at the Delta Sky Club Premier Bars. They took on some of our 100-point winners, as well as, what do we have here? I have Dam Rack Gin, a Silver Award winner, which can be found on the Delta Sky Club's standard bars across the board. Leduit Whiskey won a double gold last year, and they are on a NASCAR right now. I just have these to show you. And here's Grey Duck for our design distinction, our Proof Awards design distinction, where we
I was going to ask about that because that's a new category.
And here, this is part of the design distinction award. It won a double gold for its adorable label. And so that's for our art division of the Proof Awards, where labels and bottles are rated by top artists.
Can you pull that bottle front and center? Because I want to see that again, and I want to make sure everybody can see that. That's a really, this is the big winner design distinction wise.
This was a double gold winner, and it was adorable. And it also came with duck coasters and duck glasses, and they really went all out. This is a company that really understands the visual, captures the heart. Do we judge a book by its cover? Well, we do sometimes, and this was an amazing double gold winner in our design distinction.
And tell everybody the name of that brand is.
It's Grey Duck, handcrafted vodka out of Minnesota.
So if you look just below the ducks, it kind of you sort of can make out that the state of Minnesota outline is there.
Absolutely, they're very proud that they're homegrown and home created. very excited about this brand. It was just an adorable label, and I'm thrilled that they won a double gold.
I wonder how that pairs with wonderful wild rice.
You are our James Beard award-winning chef, so you can tell us. But I it's just a very delicious. I happen to have tasted this one. It's a very clean taste.
Michelle, why don't you tell us about the judges for design distinction? I wanted Jennifer to ask that question, but evidently in the private chat, she's not either ignoring me or not reading them.
Our design distinctions, our design distinction judges are comprised of several art experts. What do you have up there? Last year, headed up by Michael Goddard, who's a world-renowned artist. He is known for his olive pictures and his galleries around the world. This year, we have some surprise guests. We have Kai Delgado, who is one of the artists for Weiland Galleries. And we're also getting to make a little bit of an announcement of one of the founders of Five Finger Death Punch, drummer Jeremy Spencer, will also be joining us as a design distinction judge. And if you see him with his tattoos, you understand that he is an artist from the inside out. And we have several other judges, all retail label designers for top ad agencies. So it's a whole group that comes to judge on that side.
Michelle, do you think that distilling is stepping into its own in the capital F fine arts realm of the food arts?
I do, and it's very exciting for these distillers who are creating a masterpiece with their spirits and their brands. Like everything else, it's a creative art, and you take pride in it from the inside out. Your soul and your mind and your heart have to connect when you create something like this. And yes, I really do believe distillers are taking a step.
You know, Terry makes an interesting point here about women-owned businesses. There's a category of women-owned businesses.
There is.
Women distillers.
It's new to this year. Women-owned business, women-owned brands, women-owned distillers, and we see several of them coming in and entering with their brands. And it's very exciting to see what typically was a male-dominated field. Such exciting, bright, irreverent women coming in and stepping up to the game and doing phenomenal.
Michelle, I want to make sure we're being really clear. This is not just new products, correct? Or is it only new products?
No, it's new products. It's established brands. It is anyone who really wants to tackle gaining a proof award, and the partnership with Food and Beverage Magazine and the partnership with Food and Beverage Podcast Network, Delta Sky Clubs and Green Valley Ranch and the Neat Glass and Opulent Wines and Spirits, which is our distributor partner here. It is for all beverages, new and established.
Because I want to tell you, there are some amazing women distillers, especially people like Lisa Laird from Laird's Applejack. Laird's Applejack has been producing Applejack in New Jersey since the time of General then President George Washington.
How old is Lisa? She must be. That's bizarre to me.
Well, I can't tell you, but Lisa and I did graduate the same year from high school.
So that's why you knew Paul Revere and she knew George Washington?
I used to actually babysit for Paul Revere.
Oh my God. So why don't you introduce these people? Terry, I know you're listening. Would you like to connect with Jennifer and have an introduction to be able to get some of these fantastic brands?
Do you know Miss Troy Ball from Troy and Sons? She makes a Carolina blonde whiskey that may be one of the best whiskeys produced in the United States. It is not made in Kentucky, and I know that's going to ruffle some feathers, but it's made in Carolina, and it's a Carolina blonde whiskey, and it's superb.
I think Terry needs to fly up and dive into your Rolodex, because I'm sure you have amazing contacts. At the Proof Awards, we're keeping it super fun. Yeah. We have these little seals created. You can get those when you win gold, double gold, and you can put them right on your bottle that says you've won a Proof Award. This is a fun competition. We take it seriously with integrity. We want our brands to be rated with the utmost respect, but we also have a lot of fun along the way.
Can I say something, Jen? Jen, do you mind if I say something? I know you do, but I'm going to say it anyway. Michelle, why don't we, Terry will be at Jen's apartment in no time. We haven't really discussed the judges, because they're the buyers and the users and the people that are moving the products. The last year's Proof Award already sold through the judges, not including all the ancillary stores that the judges have put up, over $2 million worth of product. And that includes Delta Sky Club. Some of those products people don't even know about them, but now they do. It's pretty exciting, right? Some of them are like Galliano. Everyone knows Galliano, or Hardy Legend. Hardy Legend is truly a legend. And look what we even bumped up their sales because of the Proof Awards. Because Jennifer, the one day that I met Miss Benedict Hardy in a room with my rock and roll friend, Jesse James Dupree from Jack.
Oh my gosh!
And he saw me on the floor, on the showroom floor. Where were we? We were in Orlando, and he saw me at WSW, and he said, "Mike, you got to get on upstairs quick because you got to meet this Benedict Hardy. She is something." So we went upstairs, and there she was, Benedict Hardy, an amazing woman with an amazing product. Michelle and I then met her at the Wynn. Was it in the Wynn Hotel, Michelle? At some super fancy upscale thing that I felt so, I'm going to say uncomfortable with Jennifer, but truly it was not fancy enough for myself. Do you know what I'm saying? What was that Benedict had of us taste, Michelle?
150-year-old whiskey, 5 generations of her family. And it was the most honor. I felt like I was connected to her family and her archaic records of her souls for the last 5 generations. What a delightful lady. And Jesse James Dupree, his American Heritage whiskey, took a double gold last year in the Proof Awards. It's just been, and he's an established brand with all of his bars in Sturgis. You don't have to be a newbie. We want the established ones too. The established ones also need to meet new buyers. Like Michael said, we've moved over $2 million worth of product. And our judges are across the board. They buy for restaurants and bars, national chains, liquor stores, Delta Airlines, like we said before, Green Valley Ranch and the Stations Casinos Group, their buyers are coming on board. We have several seats of judges for all their hotels, casinos, and their nightclubs that are here locally and across the nation.
This is the 150-year-old Hardy Perfection Edition. Look at this. I believe that's made by Lalique.
It is. I want one of those bottles so bad, but to taste the whiskey of a 150-year-old, you felt like you really traveled through time. It was.
But Michelle, isn't it true that yes, it was so great they're that old of a company and they've been around since Bonaparte or whatever, but we've actually helped elevate that company through the Proof Awards and through our resources and through bringing the right buyers to the right people, right? That's exciting. Jen, do you understand what I'm saying? You following me, Jen? Are you following the bouncing ball?
And it's tough to get 100 points, and Hardy did. Not only do your initial judges have to rate you 100 points, but we take it to 3 other judging groups. Over 20 people have to rate you at 100 points. You have to be a perfect spirit or mixer or perfect beverage to get a 100-point coveted Century Award. And they're amazing. They're hand-dipped in gold plate. It's an honor.
They are.
To say, Damrack Gin, which is amazing. They took silver. Hopefully they'll move up this year.
But Michelle, what you're doing, Michelle, is you're giving first-timers the same opportunity as you're giving old-timers.
Well, that's
right?
it.
You're breaking down the barriers, whether it's women or men or been in the business for 200 years or just started out. There's no difference. There's none of that. It's no politico involved, right? There's no politico. It's if you like the flavor, you will carry the product. And that's what the judges are saying.
Double blind. You could have a newbie sitting next to a 50-year-old favorite, and the judges are rating each brand individually against the 100 points, not against the brand that's next to it. So you could see some upsets if you think in that theory. But it's just a very exciting time, and it's very exciting.
Now, when there's an upset, does that upset you?
No, nothing upsets me.
I'm just wondering if you get upset if there is an upset.
I'm never upset.
Because it'd be weird. Jennifer, have you been following us? I know you had to run to the restroom or something. What's going on?
No, well, you're the funniest person I know. There we go.
Oh, there we go. Well, I don't know what that did, but it did absolutely nothing. It made the most horrendous cat scratch noise. Oh, look at Michelle's face is blocked out.
One of the things that I want to make sure is that anyone who enters the Proof Awards, listen, it costs $425 per brand to enter, and that's nothing comparatively to what we give you. But more than that, we charge no licensing fees. So all these amazing graphics that we just hand over to you for you to use for social media and your marketing, we hand you the likeness of your medal, you get a medal, all of that you get to use for marketing. We want the world to know about the Proof Awards, and we're going to give you that opportunity to use it.
I'm hearing a lot of dead air. I hear dead air. Is Jennifer there? Jen, are you there?
I'm right with the program.
I noticed you let dead air happen live. So, Michele, let's talk about how people can refer their friends to enter their brands, as well as enter their brands themselves, as well as talk to Terry Hart, who you may have seen. Let me see if I can grab his picture back, because you may have seen actually Terry Hart on television, many commercials, many television shows. He's an actor. Look at the face. Look at the face. So, Michele, proofawards.com.
You can register directly and very easily through our portal at proofawards.com. All of our competition categories are there, the category sheets. For every brand you enter, you need to send in 3 bottles to Opulent Wine and Spirits. The address is there. Everything is at Proof Awards. And if not, my phone number's there and I can help walk you through it.
Wow, her phone number's there, Jennifer. So don't let any single men know this, because I know Michele is on the prowl, from what I understand. Michele, on the prowl?
Enter the proofawards.com.
All right, Michele, thank you for joining us today.
Can I offer something? Because, Michael, before we go, every year we enhance the Proof Awards with a new category. Can I throw an inspiration challenge out there to everybody? I want everybody that has a new brand to bring a house toast. And I want to have a special Proof Award for the best toast, because I want to not only revive the art of toasting, but the language of conviviality.
Can I start with cinnamon toast?
And can I say we toast because our partner is also the neat glass, which is the most aerodynamically tasting glass created in the spirits industry. And we're excited that all of our judges will be tasting out of the neat glass. So I'm toasting you.
And is the guy?
Let's not talk about that right now. We're not talking about that right now, Jennifer. Michele has forced George onto me. George is a very nice man.
George has been on my shows a bunch.
George has hooked his wagon to some unsavory people. And I've warned him, and I said, George, if your wagon stays hooked to that unsavory person, then I cannot be a part of your wagon brigade.
You know what? He's a neat guy, and he's got a terrific product, and he really has revolutionized the scope of tasting. So,
Awards, and he is our dear partner, and I'm proud to be a part of them.
And I'll tell you, George actually has put the Proof Awards on his boxes. But I wonder, Michele and Jennifer, is it because I told him I'm not hooking to his wagon? Is that he's trying to work so hard for us? Or does he truly believe in what we're doing? Because what we're doing with the Proof Awards. We lost her for a second. We lost her audio. But Jennifer, what we're doing with the Proof Awards is making a difference.
Right. I mean,
that's it. Making a difference. And that's what the book and the magazine and Jennifer English and Michele Tell make a difference.
Because let's follow this all the way through, because how you do anything is how you do everything. And the whole reason we do everything we do is to support in the most robust way possible, not only the activity of our industry, but the inspiration and the innovation, the hospitality, the conviviality. I'm telling you, the way we do what we do is to unite our industry and support our industry. And when our industry is in crisis, unlike any other in the country, we need things like this. Because if you were working in a restaurant before, maybe something about the Proof Awards this year is going to inspire you to finally revive a recipe that your grandfather left you for the spirit he brought with him to the new country from Switzerland or Brazil or wherever. You never know how this is going to turn. And that's the magic and the lovely beauty of all of this and how we are all united in the spirits world.
Absolutely. And everybody needs to be united with our hospitality industry more than ever right now. So we're happy to be a play a role in that.
Yep.
So Michele will be available for phone calls and emails and texts, all about the Proof Awards all the time. Keep her busy. The busier Michele is, the happier she is. She likes to take time with people and spend as much time as she can on being busy.
Before we close, that if there is a category that your spirit or your beverage fits into that you don't see at the Proof Awards, give me a call. Again, it's not brand against brand. It's brand against yourself. So if we're missing a category that you find to be very important, give me a call and we'll talk about it.
So
and I want to remind people because there's a lot of emerging distilling going on around the world that's finding its way here. We're not just talking about the agave spirits of tequila. We're talking tequila, mezcal, sotols, bacanoras. We're talking about things from other parts of the world like Europe, things like schnapps. People are reimagining things. We had a guy as a guest on our show. He has a new product. It's called a sorrel. It's like a spiced, wonderful product from the Caribbean. Moonshine's a category. Whatever the tradition was, that was your roots, and you know, and you enjoy it, and maybe the people that run the company don't even know about this yet. If you have a brand that you love, turn them on to the Proof Awards as well. Because if you love it, chances are your connoisseurship and discernment are well reasoned. If you love it, there's probably a good reason. It's probably lovable and delicious. Help them find their way to the Proof Awards.
You know what, Jennifer? It's funny you said that because I find you lovable and delicious.
No.
Except this morning when you didn't get up in time for the interview phone call. Michelle, thank you so much for sharing the Proof.
I was emailing you at 4:30 this morning. What do you mean I didn't get up on time?
TMI.
Thank you for everything. And Michael,
let's say goodbye to Michelle, can we? Say goodbye to Michelle.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle.
Thanks for all you do.
She's a sweetheart, isn't she?
You know what I think we should do? I think we should do coasters that have images of all the spirits and
winners, like this on it, like coasters. Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah.
I want to learn it. I want them like the old fashioned baseball cards.
More importantly, let's talk about tonight because I'm a little bit nervous.
This is big, Michael. I'm proud of you.
I mean, it's my first keynote. The next one is next month in September for the Florida International Restaurant Show. And guess who my guest is going to be? My friends of the industry. It's called Michael Politz and Friends in the Industry. Guess who it's going to be? Elizabeth Blau. Well, I know we have to say her name every show, so I said it this time. Now, the question is, who should the chef be? I'm thinking Danielle. Let's see what he says. Yeah. Right? Daniel Ballou. Let's see if he comes on.
Or Todd English.
No, he's too handsome. Can't have him on.
Honestly, the Elizabeth Todd English combo platter could break the internet.
Let's do it. We're doing it. Let's call Todd right now. I'm going to hang up and I'm going to call him. Jennifer, have a lovely evening. Hopefully I'll be able to see you with all the audience watching.
Good luck. Break a leg, as they say. Hug your kids. Count your blessings. We'll see you tonight. Don't forget, it is the Western Food Expo featuring none other than
Michael Politz. Crazy.
Whether you are thinking about becoming a restaurateur or you are already in the business, Michael Politz has written a must-read, The Food and Beverage Magazine's Guide to Restaurant Success. Pick up your copy today at Barnes & Noble, Amazon, Books A Million, or wherever fine books are sold.